Is it wrong? I mean, UK has been upholding the democracy and the democratic values. We would think that you would be supporting us.
So let us be clear. You are saying that the Pakistani military, the army in particular, are subverting all democratic processes in your country. Is that what you're saying?
This is the global reports. I mean, it's not...
No, I want to be clear what you're saying.
But
because the Pakistani people will be listening to this interview, and you are condemning the military of your own country as subverting your democracy.
It's not the military. I think we have to talk about the individuals. It's not all the entire institution. I think let's create a difference. Is the wish list is the plan of certain people who enforce in Pakistan martial law.
So you're saying the army is led by General Bajwa, who, in yours and Nawaz Sharif's opinion, is entirely subverting democracy. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I think
I want to be clear.
Let's re-articulate what we are saying, that if the elections were rigged, it is now established without any ray of doubt. So if the elections were rigged and somebody has been planned, it's not we, it is the Interior Minister of Pakistan gave a statement that if Mr. Sharif had not got problem with the deep state and the institutions, he would have been fourth-time Prime Minister. Why would he say it?
So let me be clear. You're now alleging that this is entirely unacceptable when your erstwhile boss and your very close ally, Nawaz Sharif, was working hand in glove with Pakistan's military dictator, General Zia, for many years. And suddenly he's decided that the military and the way they interfere in politics in Pakistan is entirely unacceptable. What kind of hypocrisy is that?
No, I disbelieve this analysis. Frankly speaking, I disagree with you.
Well, what bit of what I've just said is wrong?
Maybe evolution process. Evolution process.
Yes,
because
you mean because then he was in power and now he's out of power, so he's really angry with the army because they won't work with him.
No, it's not the first time. It's the third time he was Prime Minister, and Imran Khan, own Interior Minister, tells the whole world that Mr. Sharif would have been fourth-time Prime Minister if he had not got trouble with the establishment.
You see, Imran Khan may be unpopular in Pakistan now, but when he heard what Nawaz Sharif said last month at that rally, when he directly targeted the Chief of Army, Imran Khan said this. He said, "How dare Nawaz Sharif point to the general and blame him for what is happening in Pakistan when for years Mr. Nawaz Sharif polished the boots of a former military dictator." When Imran Khan said that, I dare say he actually had a great deal of sympathy from many Pakistanis who know hypocrisy when they see it.
In Pakistan since 70 and never missed any tax return. So this is such a blatant allegation.
Is it? Well, in that case, let's be very open and transparent with each other. I've interviewed many government officials and ministers around the world over many years, and they always say, "Oh, I'm not responsible for any corruption at all, and I believe in transparency."
I do.
You do?
Oh,
so
yes,
how many properties do you and your family own?
It's all declared in my tax returns.
Well, just give me the answer, because I don't know. How many properties do you and your family own?
I have my main residence in Pakistan, which has been taken over by this regime. So I haven't got too many properties. But
how many properties do you and your family own?
My net worth is what has been reported.
How many properties do you and your family own?
One.
One
sole
residence. You and your family own one property.
My sole residence.
So all of these stories in the Pakistani press about multiple properties owned by your family inside Pakistan, property interests overseas, including in Dubai. We're sitting in London. We're sitting in London. You own nothing in London?
No.
Your family, not just you, your family.
No, not at all.
Own nothing?
No, because
and Dubai?
The government.
Dubai?
My sons have just one villa, which is owned by them. They're in business for the last 17 years.
So when I asked you how many properties you and your family own, and you said one, that wasn't strictly true.
No, it is strictly true, because they're adult, they're married, they're 17 years, they're in business, so they're independent of me.
You know very well that when the NAB looked at your assets, they were looking at you and your family.
I have no issue. My family, everything is accounted for. That's exactly...
You see, if all of this is so clear-cut, you only own one property in the entire world, your tax records have been kept and given to the authorities over the last 20 years, if everything is so crystal clear, why do you not go to Pakistan and make this case in a court of law?
Well, the court of law, my lawyers were there. I'm here for medical treatment. I have a cervical issue. Do we?
You've been here for what, best
Yeah.
part of 3 years on this medical issue.
Almost, yes, I am.
Are you still really suffering?
Yes, I am.
And you couldn't possibly get back to Pakistan?
Well, let's see what's happening in Pakistan. Where are the human rights? What's happening in NAB custody? Where people have dozens of people have been killed virtually.
But sorry, you're saying
there's
that
a
people
human
being
rights abuses.
investigated by the NAB, the National Accountability Bureau, have been killed?
In the NAB custody, many people have died. Yes.